California. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Indianapolis Colts and our home team. Here's Michael Badgley now to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play. Well, this week 1 matchup between the Colts and the Chargers, there are a couple of ties between the two franchises. Of course, Colts head coach Frank Reich, he spent 2 seasons as the Chargers offensive coordinator in 2014 and 15. Then he would have 2 years as the Eagles OC before coming to Indianapolis. But also, Colts fans, they do not have good memories of the 2007 and 2008 seasons, both times losing to the Chargers in the playoffs when they felt like they had a team that could have gone to the Super Bowl. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Who's on 85? Come on, baby.
Throwing. Brissett. Throw complete there. Rodgers. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Past the 20. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And that one results in 35 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal.
Check three. Yep. 149. Okay, double it. Let it go.
Second down and goal. Brissett, he completes this one to Mack. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's third and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is third and goal. They'll run it with Matt. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe that. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on fourth and goal. So with fourth down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers out first and 10 at the 20. Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Blue day. Check. Lucky.
Wait, 89.
Melvin Gordon, the two-time Pro Bowler. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
On second and inches, Rivers, he's airing it out. He's got it at the 15. A big pickup of 38. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a first and 10. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
I'm coming after you.
Wait, 80 behind.
Here's Rivers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah,
what happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Rivers. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down and goal to go.
So white 90, round 80.
Mike 5-4.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Check.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the Colts 4-yard line.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, one set.
On 2nd down, Eckler. Well, now they'll try the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Done. Black 15.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
From the gun, Rivers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Pierre Desir. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up where they... Second and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 19-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Tight into the rope, boy. Tight into the rope.
Brissett. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines.
I got you, boy.
16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
Let's go.
A gain of 16 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Joey Bosa in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
On play action, Brissett. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 40.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing again on second down. Brissett. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
It's a gain of 2 yards.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Brissett now. And that pass is going to be intercepted by the all-pro DB Desmond King. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Kill, 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 kill.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the second time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25, and 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
From just shy of midfield, Rivers trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Shane Ray. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Allen, the intended receiver.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
54.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Shoot!
Cluster, cluster, cluster.
Check 37, check 30.
Hey, here we go. Switch it. Come on, see hot.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And some room to maneuver. 22 yards there, a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Hey, check 24, check 24.
Red! White, 89!
Rivers, and this is incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, and it's 3rd and 4.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
4th down, and on is Ty Long to punt. T.Y. Hilton deep for the Colts. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver there, Allen, that'll bring up 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. The sack by Marcus Hunt. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And that will be incomplete. Pierre Desir able to get a hand in and make that play. But it appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The pickup there, it'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check, 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 check.
They run again with Hines. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. And he'll be close to a 1st down at the Chargers' 34.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
On the set. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, dude.
On 3rd and 1, here's Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they only had a yard to go. They try to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think in this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot. And they dialed up the pressure and got to him.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard, that's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
The Charger drive about to get going. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Gordon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
Yeah, not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Watch the run.
From the gun, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for L.A. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Brissett. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Vinatieri's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 38-yard line.
Bill, 180! 380!
54 miles. On the ball.
Kill!
Operating from the gun, Rivers. Got Gordon open, completes it. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Rivers. And that is incomplete. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up. Here's Ty Long now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start on the ground with Hines. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Hines. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
This certainly feels like they were wanting to go for 2, but weren't really sure they should go for 2. Do we, don't we, do we, don't we? And guess what ends up happening?
5-yard penalty.
That's right. Now you probably line up and kick the extra point.
Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Colts 20, Chargers nothing.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. And the Michael Badgley on for the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go, baby. Turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
Out of the gun, Brissett. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Brissett sets to throw it. Funchess has it complete. They find some open field here. Funchess is free. 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Devin Funchess, 67 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
That white 90. Brown 80.
54 Mike. Wild Bill. Tight dog.
Cluster.
From the gun, Rivers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Let's go. Calm the crowd. Watch the slant.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Here's Brissett. Flushed out right. He's got Jack Doyle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down. On 1st down, Hines. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. To throw is Brissett. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
What we got?
Keep it skinny.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Rivers, it's Williams on the catch. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. He's the guy, Mike Williams, that the Chargers took 7th overall a couple of years ago. Battled injuries as a rookie, but in full health last year, he caught 43 passes with a knack of really finding the end zone. 10 of those 43 catches went for touchdowns. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Rivers now. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. And now Rivers will lead the Chargers up to go for 2.
I got one.
0.
54.
To the air again here, Rivers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Always, hey, listen, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if he uncorks a wild one and now you still have an opportunity? That's why they like to use them all the way through.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now